Hey, it's Mary Beth, hanging out at Fort Hunt Park with the dogs. They're in front of me, so I guess you can't see me. Let's see if I can switch it around. There we go. There's T-Ball. Well, there he is. There's Stella. A close-up. Anyway, I wanted to share with you some of the things I loved about visiting Malawi in Africa. I probably should number it. You're supposed to say 3 things I liked about Malawi, or 5 things. We'll see what number we get. So first off, I really liked the people. My daughter Andrea has lived there for about 8 months a year for the past 2 years, and so everywhere I went, they said, "You're Andy's mom. How are you?" And they took time to greet us, and we found that it was very important to look people in the eye and greet them and ask them how they're doing. You know, this is in the Chembe village at Cape Maclear, where we stayed for the first 3 days. And they took the time to personally introduce themselves to Haley, my 10-year-old granddaughter, and she felt so special. She just felt so special. So people are really friendly. They're out to make a bargain. You know, you got to bargain with them, but that doesn't mean it's a hard process or you have to worry about yourself or, you know, not getting a good deal. So really liked that about that. Yeah, so I liked that. The other thing I liked was that I came away from Malawi with a lot of hope. This is from your and my standard. This is a very poor country compared to us. You know, when I heard somebody say, "Boy, those rich people should come in and really help these people," I realized we are the rich people, right? We have air conditioning, we have heat, we have flushing toilets. But what I saw was in the villages, people were doing things for themselves to help the kids and help each other. There was a center I went to where the young people were learning Excel spreadsheets to better themselves. And another place I went, they were recycling paper and recreating flat sheets of paper to make cards and writing tablets on that you could buy. And then they were teaching the kids how to make jewelry with paper, so the kids could get a little money, you know, from doing something rather than just asking the tourists coming through to hand them money. So I saw a lot of that. I saw initiatives. It seemed to be in each village. They had found a well. They call it a borehole, and there was a pump so people could get fresh water. And there seems to be that initiative everywhere. Okay. And so another thing I liked is all the dogs I met were happy. They pretty much had the run of the village, but they knew where they belonged. And if you walked at night home, as you went by each house, those dogs were letting you know, "Don't come into my house. I'm watching you," which was pretty awesome. They weren't mean or anything like that. They were just doing their job. And when I went to the Game Haven and Mavu Lodge in Liwonde National Park, Game Reserve, I saw people who were really concerned about the wildlife and bringing the wildlife back into the country. In Liwonde Park, there's an inner circle where they keep the rhinos, and there's a very low electrified fence. It's maybe a foot tall, but it's smart enough that the rhinos are smart enough, because if you know about rhinos, there ain't many left, to stay within there where they're really protected. And the British Army comes in and does some of the protection of the animals in the park as well. And there's just a lot of people doing good things to bring the animals back into the land, which if you only read the negative headlines, you think all is lost. I don't think so anymore. I think there's some good things happening. So I had a great time. I saw elephants and hippos, and I will continue to post pictures. We saw a lion in the wild. We didn't get too close. All kinds of antelopes, impalas. I thought impalas were huge. They're about the size of my dog. They're probably about 24 inches high. So it was wonderful and encouraging, because I was kind of giving up hope on the environment, but they're doing a lot of good things there. So that's it for me. Just a quick take on what I liked about my trip to Africa. I probably got more stories for you, but I wanted to start out with this one.